you invited me here on the show. So I am looking forward to chatting with you. This is really exciting. So thank you again for having me here.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. And you know, I was going to put the affirmation queen on the show. I said, now I have to have a space, a spot for Sabrina. She does other things, which we're going to talk about, y'all, and a little bit. But as always, what I like to do, Sabrina, to start things off, just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Shabri, and you can find me everywhere at Shabri Awusi. That's Facebook, Instagram, Periscope, and Twitter, as well as my website is shabriawusi.com. I am co-owner, co-founder of Gideon's Needle. We're an award-winning bespoke lifestyle brand. We're located in North Jersey. I am also a certified neuro transformational coach. So I am also the author of I Am Thriving, which is a guided affirmation journal. In this journal, I give you 33 strategies to command your day, frame your thoughts, and live your best life now. And as the lady boss said, I truly believe in the power of your words. And words can be an affirmation, whether that affirmation is good or bad. And I won't get too much into my theory of the mic and what that mic means in the form of affirmations. We can slowly ease them into that.
Oh yeah, we're gonna go down that road most definitely, because that's one of my questions. Because we're gonna talk about it, because on my website I actually added one of the broadcasts that we did on Shabri's Pass the Mic, like I call it Drop the Mic. I had to put that because that was like one of my best times doing. Shabri had her own Pass the Cast, but let's get to know a little bit more about Shabri. So you guys, because I want you guys to connect with her, with each woman that I bring up here on this show. Now, Shabri, you're normally, like, you know, I watch your Periscope, your broadcast a lot. And so I remember it was one Saturday morning on Periscope. You was talking with us and you got really transparent. And I think it was going along with that particular affirmation you was talking about. And you said that you used to be very closed.
Yeah.
And you really wasn't the type of person, you wasn't the woman that you are right now. Because now you're talkative, you're more open, you're a people's person, you're very friendly. But for those who may be dealing with that, and you told us that it was pertaining to how you was raised. How did you overcome that? Because you know, when we're growing up, that's instilled in us.
Yes. Your family background, your history, your life before whoever you are today plays such an important role.
Yes.
And the way that I dealt with that is really just by experience, right? I dealt with it one thing at a time. And that's what I like to tell people. I can't think about tomorrow, but I can think about today. So we can talk about today. And I believe in this theory, and I have this theory, and in my book, I talk a lot about it. Actually, my book is formatted around the theory of the mic. MICS. Okay. So I believe in dropping the mic. So I know that if you follow me and you watch me on social media, people thought that I was being funny when I say drop a mic for Lady Veronica, y'all. That's a hard thing, right? Mic is actually an acronym. The M stands for mindset. The I stands for intention. The C stands for clarity. The S stands for strategy and action. So I believe that if you drop a mic with anything that you have going on in your life, there is no way that you can fail. Okay? So let's say you broke your toe. Check that. Your intention, clarity, then you can work on strategy and action. No matter what you're faced with, evaluate what's going on in your head. You broke your toe. Are you feeling sorry for yourself? Or you're okay, this is unfortunate that I broke my toe, but let's get going. What's your intention? Is your intention to get sympathy from people, or is your intention to get your toe healed? Okay, clarity. Are you worried about how your foot is going to look if you have to wear a brace or some sort of something on it? Or are you clear that you broke your toe and we need to get you healed? Now, the strategy part of that is go to the hospital. You need to get to the emergency room to fix that toe.
Absolutely.
So I believe an action is actually getting your butt up and going to the hospital. So no matter what you face, drop a mic for it, whether it's getting out of a bad relationship, whether it's your upbringing has caused you to really suffer from anxiety, whatever it is, mindset, intention, clarity, then you work on the strategy and action. And I think so often people say, oh, you just need to change it, or you can do it. Yeah, we can do everything, but oftentimes we apply a Band-Aid to the situations in our life, and we haven't checked our mindset. Our intention is not right, and we have no clarity. We're still confused, right? So you can begin to do something. You can have some strategy, and you can take action today. But if you didn't check mindset, intention, and if you don't have clarity, it's going to end in a minute.
That's good. Now, that's a good explanation. I'm glad you broke that down. And so by you, when you were the first partaker, and you had to get that in you as far as opening and talking. Because if we keep our mouth shut, we're not going to never, ever get over issues. We're not going to resolve problems, nothing. We're going to be stuck. Listening to you right then, you paint a picture. If they don't do that, based off your acronyms, they're going to just be stuck.
You're just going to be stuck. And it starts with your words, right? I believe that everything starts with these words of affirmation. People can believe it or not, right? It's up to you, but everything began with a word. Everything began with a word. Okay, so you can choose to keep the word silent in your head, or you can choose to verbalize the word, right? And I think where a lot of us, we forget that even the unspoken words are powerful.
That's good, right?
Your subconscious is powerful. So I believe that these affirmations can be held in your subconscious. That's the mindset and the intention is all about, because that's something that you can't see. The clarity is something that you can't see. So that's also the unspoken word.
That's good. I like that. And Shabri, I did want to take a moment because I do see Dr. Tammy came in, and I do see Stevie has come in as well. Thank you, ladies, for coming in. Feel free to state the city and state that you're watching us, or the state that you're watching us from, so everybody will know. And I already highlighted y'all comments. Thank you for coming in, and please share this broadcast out as well. Thank you, ladies, for supporting. Now, Shabri, I know I don't like to talk too much about this because I know how it feels, because I have a parent that's no longer living either. So I know you talk about your mom. It's such an inspiration for you. I know she's even in your book. We're going to talk about it, because I'm going to show my phone. I have Shabri's the electronic version of her book, and I have it as a Kindle on my phone. And I'm going to talk about more about that, how she has it structured. But now, I remember you said, because we're going to go down your journey, you was a young woman when she passed away some years ago. You have a son. I know you're a wife as well. And I know you moved. You was in Florida. And the state of Florida is gorgeous. I'm a northerner. I'm in the South, but you went from the South to the North.
I came even further south. I was born in the Virgin Islands. So
oh, yes.
From the Virgin Islands to Florida to New Jersey, y'all. So I have been around. Yes.
Yeah. So she traveled up and down the East Coast.
Yes.
Why did you feel the need to make that move?
I believe that we often have to take action in our lives. And at that time, I needed to take some action, right? Get some clarity. for me, there were lots of memories. I just needed a new beginning. And,
Yeah.
you know, it's like folks that you see that's mad when they're at work.
Yes.
If you don't like it, you have to leave, right? And I knew that I was in a place where I felt stuck.
Mm-hmm.
So I had
Mm-hmm.
to take action because I had no clarity. And if anybody knows me, that's not that I can't deal with that. So when I feel like that, I have
Mm-hmm.
I have to take action. And that was a huge risk. And it was something that I decided in 2 weeks, and I did it in 2 weeks. When I make these moves, I make moves like real quick. Packed up whole house. And I'm talking,
Wow.
I grew up in that house, a whole house in 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to make drastic moves. But I believe that if you're emotionally grounded,
Mm-hmm.
if you're
Right.
emotionally grounded, you can take those risks and make those moves. That doesn't mean it's going to be smooth. That doesn't mean that you may not have a moment of uncertainty. But I don't think that life is ever without an opportunity to take a risk. And I believe that in those moments is where you get to know yourself. In those
Mm-hmm.
moments, you get to see how strong you are. In those moments, I mean, you grow. You grow.
Bro.
It even reveals the strength as well as the depth of relationships, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
That's another thing that happens when you take risks. Who's with you when you take those risks? Some relationships do not
Mm-hmm.
sustain that. So I think that in hindsight, I can say making those uncertain decisions sometimes and taking those risks, it's a beautiful thing. In the moment, maybe you won't feel that, but
Right.
every opportunity is an opportunity. So either you learn
Mm-hmm.
or you
Mm-hmm.
listen. So, it's important not to stay stuck in your comfort
Mm-hmm.
place. It's important.
Absolutely. So I know what you're talking about. That hit home. And I like when you said we have to take action. You have to do something because once you realize you're stuck and it's I've been there. Yeah, I looked around, I'd be like, I got to get out of here. I got to go, or I need a break. You know.
Trust me, I have been down that road before, honey. I've
Mm-hmm.
recently had to make a decision that's
Mm-hmm.
quite drastic, but I had to do it.
Wow.
And I'm known for making those drastic decisions. Now, when I look back over my life, I'm like, oh, I did that here and here and here. So, it in hindsight, I just feel such peace, right? If I didn't make that
Mm-hmm.
decision, I would not be where I am today. My life would be different. It would truly be different. And I see myself walking in my destiny. I see
Yeah.
I see my dreams being fulfilled, and
Yes.
it's beyond my dreams. There's
Mm-hmm.
things that, oh my gosh, like this is what I always wanted. But then there's some things that's like, whoa, I never even thought of this, and this is wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes those moves are beyond you, and you have to make the first step. It's like that Martin
Right.
King Jr. quote: "You may not be able to see the entire staircase, just take
Mm-hmm.
the step."
Oh, I like that. You make sure you put that on your page so I can share that.
Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. That's one of his famous
That's
quotes.
one of his quotes. Oh God, he has so many. He has, the man is he just, when
Living,
he was here on earth, he was walking with
yes,
nothing but wisdom,
yes,
nothing but wisdom. And I can see that God was definitely with him to do the task that he did.
yes.
And even with us, Shabri,
Mhm.
that's why I wanted to do this, because that's why the Lord gave it to me, that women that are using their God-given gift, these women, we go through a lot. We
Mhm.
have experienced a lot, but look at these women now.
Mhm.
So that's encouragement. That's a testimony. Like, look at them now; they can do this,
Yeah.
and this is why I want to kind of promote and push you ladies out there to show everyone this is who I've been listening to. This is who I've been around. All these different types of women that are just pouring into me, and this is my way of giving back as well. This is the whole purpose of the Lady Boss Show as well. Now, Shabri, tell us, when did you get into the affirmations? When did that start? And then that daily affirmations.
Oh my. I have been using affirmations forever. I mean, before I even knew what the word affirmations were, I've been using affirmations. Affirmations, I believe that that's something that my parents, especially my mom, instilled in me as a young girl. My mom used to have me repeating how beautiful I am, how smart I am, all these things. And I don't believe she ever used the word affirmation. But I remember growing up, my mom used to she would talk to me and she would have me say, girl, you are smart, you're beautiful, things like that. And it really, it stayed with me. So I would say during college, you move away from home and all that stuff, you do your little thing. But I would say after my mom passed away, I needed an anchor, right? I needed something to keep me going. Recently, I found a printout that I had laminated. Well, it might be 9 years ago now, where I had some affirmations on it. This was before my book, before Periscope. And
wow.
It's so funny, because I was looking through old paperwork and stuff, and I'm still using some of those same affirmations. But fast forward, going through life, just having lots of health challenges, having several surgeries, all types of stuff, being a mother, all that stuff, just, life happens. And I would say maybe like 3-4 years ago, I just had like some really, really difficult things going on in my life. And I came across this book called The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. And he just tells you how to use this strategy called Savers, right? And one of the strategies, he's saying, do these things every morning, 6 things, SAVERS. Yes. So the A part of it is affirmations. He said that every morning, that's a thing that you need to do with yourself, is have affirmations. So that really helped me. It was between me moving from Florida. At that point, I came to Florida. I had nothing but my last paycheck from a job, not paying much. I had no car, no nothing. I had a little baby. My son was 3 years old. I had to catch the bus in the snow, no car, no job, and I had to figure it out. And I remember having such a hard time. Like, I think it was like right after, maybe a week after I had been in New Jersey, I was like, girl, what did you do? I was like, girl, because, I just thought, oh, yeah, I'm moving to New Jersey. I got this. Oh,
yeah, I know.
It started getting cold.
Yes.
I had no job. That last paycheck started looking like $10. Like, whoa. And I remember being on this bus in a neighborhood that wasn't the best. And I remember just telling myself those affirmations. I remember sitting there and I said, oh, yeah, that's all I did, because I was scared on the bus, girl. I was like, oh, my goodness, where am I? I thought I was lost. I was trying to ask the bus driver for directions. Y'all know that has happened to y'all before. Has anybody been on a bus? If you are watching this live, comment if you have been on a bus or a train in a
subway.
Subway. Where you going, and you got all kinds of crazy people around you, and you're like, what in the world? And I had a 3-year-old. Okay. I was just like, what in the world did I do? So I had to talk to myself, because I had to calm myself down. Okay. Because I didn't know where I was. I was lost. Okay. And I was just like, you just quit a job, got rid of a car, old or not, moved cross country,
Mm-hmm.
neighborhood that you have no idea where you are. So I literally had to talk to myself. I had to calm myself down. You know, eventually worked out, got off the bus, found where I was going. But I remember going back home and saying, okay, this is what you need to do. So I started writing these affirmations down, and I had to talk to myself to even be able to get up and try the next time. I still had many other episodes of being on the bus, lost, confused, but then I began practicing those affirmations. You know, things picked up, got better,
Right.
complacent, had some health challenges. That's when I came across the Hal Elrod book and how he was saying savers. And I'm like, Bree, girl, you used to do this all the time. This is what you need to do to get your life back together. So savers is silence, affirmations, visualizations, exercise, reading,
Mm-hmm.
and writing. So I started doing these things, and every day I would be talking to myself. I would talk to myself and repeat these affirmations, and I lived by these affirmations. Somebody pissed me off, I'm gonna say an affirmation in my head. So you know, like if
Right.
I literally I had no money, no job, no way to get around, and almost regretting decisions that I made
Mm-hmm.
to talk to myself. And on top of that, I was grieving because I had just lost my mom and all kinds of stuff. So I didn't know how to maneuver in or navigate this new life. And I felt like no one understood me.
Wow.
It may not necessarily have been true, but based on where I was not emotionally
Right. At that moment. And then you
like,
felt alone.
alone. And
Mm-hmm.
the only thing that kept me going was my affirmations. I literally had to talk to myself to get through the day because there were times where I was like, I am not going to make it. Like literally, it was a
Mm-hmm.
bad idea. And I'm talking about going to sleep thinking I'm not going to make it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like not just, oh, I'm not going to make it home. Like, I don't know if you know what I mean? Like just in
Right.
that place. And my affirmations are what kept me afloat. My affirmations, visualizing a new life and real transformation, and
Mm-hmm.
visualizing my emotions being stable, because the thoughts that you have when you're in this low place,
Oh yeah. Oh
all
yes.
thoughts come up. But I believed, and that was the foundation. I believed that it was possible, and I had to literally use my words of affirmation
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
my way through most things. Like literally, I had to talk my way through a lot of what was going on with me. So that's
Mm-hmm.
how I really got into affirmations.
Okay. Now I see what you're saying because there was a time I know how that feels where you feel like you could be at work, you're around tons of people, like the North is the city, but
Mm-hmm.
yet it feel like it's just you. And so basically, so I kind of I can totally relate to what you're saying. So those affirmations, because I want people to go and check out your book too. We're gonna talk about that next. Those affirmations speak life. They speak life in a dry place. They
Okay.
speak life when you are in the middle of a desert, like the book of Ezekiel, for those of you who don't know. But so I want you guys also we're going to start talking about Shabri's book because, as she said, she's an author. And she started on Periscope. I discovered her Periscope through the affirmations. When she does her own broadcast, and she usually do like early in the morning, like around 6 or 7, Shabri, Eastern time zone.
I was going live 6 a.m. Eastern every
Like
single day for
every day. And sometime I caught her, and
55.
sometimes I catch the replay.
I have good news, Lady Veronica. I'll be back.
But
I'll be back. I'm coming back.
I was about to ask you when you're going. I messaged you. I said I miss seeing your affirmation.
And I think
Good.
it's important for us lady bosses to know as well. Because I'm an overachiever and I don't like that word, but I'm just going to say for those of y'all who understand that word and like that word, I tend to push myself. And what I learned in this season, last 4 months of my life, because I had a lot of transitions that I just experienced. What I learned in this season is it's okay. It's okay to transition. And whatever that looks like for you, I like to say lean into it. Lean into your experience. Actually embrace the bad experiences. A lot of people are like, and I'm, as Lady Veronica said, the affirmation queen. Yes. But I have learned in this season to actually embrace those experiences that are not favorable because I have grown.
Yes.
I have grown from those experiences. Like people ask me about my mom and they think my response is going to be, oh, sad and depressed. But I will tell you, if anyone knows my mom or knew her, they would know that she would be okay with what I'm saying. I am so glad that she is not here. And when I say that, understand what I'm saying. If my mother was still here, I would have had a crutch or something to rely on. And her not being here has forced me. It was, in the words of Dr. Tammy, it was the catalyst to my growth. It was the catalyst to my independence. Like I said, what also happens when you have these difficult times is you see relationships that are able to stand the test of time, right? You learn so much about yourself and others. And I think as women, my thing for anyone and what happens when you use these affirmations are you are able to discover you. You are able to discover you because the way that I wrote this book is it's guided for you to use your words. So a lot of times people use affirmations and they make the affirmation for you. I'm not Veronica. So I don't know what's going on in Veronica's life. So the way I set up my affirmations, for instance, it may be, here's an affirmation. I am not omitting pieces of my truth to blank. My story is my story. So I need you to fill in that blank. I am not omitting pieces of my truth to make others feel comfortable. My story is my story. You may say, I am not omitting pieces of my truth because it's the truth. Well, like you can fill it in to fit your life. And I think it's important to understand that it's okay. It's okay. I've learned that in this season. Girl, it's okay. It's okay.
It's okay. As long as you keep moving, it's okay.
Okay. I mean, we've seen so many examples of that recently. Of women feeling like it's not okay. And ladies, use these affirmations to discover who you are. That's what the affirmations did for me. It helped me to discover who I am. It helped me to discover, is there anger down there? Is there fear? Is there hurt? Is there pain? If you can understand those emotions and you can settle emotions, then you can move on to the strategy and the action in your life. If you go strategy and action first, you've only placed a Band-Aid on your life. So you have to really settle and learn who you are on an emotional level.
Right. Because putting a Band-Aid, like you said, it just covering up. It doesn't really fix the issue. And in order to fix the issue, you have to like dive deep into it. And some things, even though it hurt, what I learned, I said, you know what, it's okay. There's something bigger and better coming. Something greater is coming. I just can't see it right now, but it's still coming. I like what Lachey, she's watching. I like what she said. Those transitions make us stronger.
Yes, Lachey. They make us so much stronger. What I've learned is the transition doesn't feel good, though. It doesn't feel good. So it often may make you get tripped up a little bit. You may be feeling like, oh my gosh, I don't want to go through this. But I'm sure you've heard this before, Lady Veronica. If you
Mm-hmm.
don't learn the lesson now, you're going to learn it later.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Absolutely.
so have that experience, learn and grow from it so that the lesson is understood and you settle the thing.
Right. Right. And so let's get to your book. You was talking a little bit about it. For those of you who don't, who you can get is a printed, she has an actual physical book.
Yes.
And she also has it like on electronic version. It's called I Am Thriving. And so I'm not sure, it may be like a little glare, but as I like this because I mostly have my phone with me. So it's good for it to be on the phone. Her book is divided up into, it's 4 chapters. Okay. And it talks about the first is mindset, intention, clarity. And then chapter 4 is strategy and action. And there's some instructions of how she tell you how to use this journal. So she provides a space for you to actually write down what I guess whatever you're thinking or your goals. So Shabri, how did you come up with these? I know the acronym is the MIC. I see the MI and the C. The last part is strategy. When you're deciding on what type of book you want to create, why did you choose this format as far as this journal? The purpose of this book. I know you had a vision when you creating your book.
Mm-hmm. The reason why I did it is because that's what worked for me.
Mm-hmm.
People, when I share pieces of my story, and of course there's a lot more to it, when I share my story, people have always asked me, well, how did you do that? What made you do that? And how did you get through this? And honestly, those are the things that allowed me to be able to grow and progress. I often had to check myself. I often had to say, okay, what's going on in your head? And I often had to say, girl, why are you doing this? Are you doing it because you're mad? Or are you doing it because you truly want to move forward? Right? I had a lot of issues with people that I believed at the time had done me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I'm a little older and wise, I'm like, thank you.
Oh yeah.
But it was like, are my actions to prove it to them? Or is it for me to truly move from whatever happened between us? You know what I mean?
Right.
So it took some time for me to get there. And it also took experience for me to get there. It took experience. And that's the thing we cannot avoid, the experience. So I often had to check myself.
Mm-hmm.
I often had to check myself. I had to ask, what is my intention? What is the reason why I'm doing this? Then I was so indecisive. I could not make a decision. Okay. I just could not make a decision. I had no clarity. And that was something that I prayed for years. God, give me clarity. Give
Oh yes.
because I can't do this. This back and forth going, oh, well, because of it. And I still struggle. I still struggle with vision at times, but I've learned to be more decisive. And I've learned that my life is my life. I have a destiny and my soul has destiny to fulfill. What I've understood is mistakes and errors cannot be avoided. So now that I'm a little bit wiser, I'm understanding that my soul has destiny to fulfill. So it's no longer about me being perfect. It's no longer about appearing to have it all together. I don't have it all together, but through my experience, my soul can fulfill this destiny and I can transform from who I used to be. As I'm transforming, I can truly be transparent with you and share with you and bring you along the way because I felt like that's what I was missing. I was missing that person to bring me along the way through their transparency. And I believe that each of our souls have destiny to fulfill. But if
Absolutely.
the transparency, there is no transformation that can happen. Because it's like, like it's like a rubber band. You can move forward a little bit, but you're not being transparent. You're going to bounce right back to where you were. You have
Right.
you have to unveil the mask, and that may be to yourself first,
Right.
and then you can move forward. But I'm learning that my soul has destiny to fulfill. So I'm messy. I make mistakes.
Me too.
This done. I had that done. And how does that make me any different than what's in here? Like what gives you the opportunity to decide? You have no, that's not how it works. You don't get to decide. You do
Right.
get to decide. And if you can show me a perfect person, then we have a different kind of conversation. But I'm learning that life is not about perfection. Perfection is a myth. And that's what I thought. I thought that I had to show up perfectly. I thought that I wasn't good enough. That was a story that I told myself, right? I told myself, you are not enough to do this. That's a lie. That's a lie.
That's a lie.
That's a lie.
You cannot believe lies.
No, I'm enough. I got this. And I believe that the beauty is being able to look at someone that says, hey, sis, I wasn't perfect, but here's how I grew from this. And I think that's what I was lacking in our communities, especially communities of color. There's so many subjects that are taboo, and ain't nobody talking about nothing. Nobody ain't talking about single parenting. Nobody is talking about health, women's health in particular. Ain't nobody talking about death. For sure they ain't talking about death. Ain't like they not talking about any of this stuff. For me, everything was a taboo. Everything was a taboo. How can I learn if there is no transparency? And I think it's time to stop.
Absolutely.
Can we please unveil the mask, y'all, and let's have a conversation? Let's have a conversation. Yes, I messed up. Yes, I still make mistakes. And if I don't make another mistake, count me as dead. Okay. But we are going to transform and grow. My soul has destiny to fulfill. So I don't know about you, but I'm
now. Hey, you preaching. Now that preach, Shabri. Look, Lachey said that was so me. Now I don't know where to start. And Lachey also said, she said, I lay all that out.
Yes, Lachey. You have to just, folks need to hear it. If women get together and we have more open conversations like this, can you imagine what years ahead? Like if we begin having these conversations with our daughters, okay, when it's time, imagine where they will be. Not when they get to college, not when they have the baby, not when they getting divorced, not when they having 10 surgeries. Uncle died. Have the conversation with them beforehand. Let's be proactive instead of reactive. I think that is another form of using our words to empower.
Absolutely. Instead of waiting for the issue or the problem to come. Do it while they're growing up. Do it in stages or in phases, however you want to do it. It needs to be done because let's be honest, sometimes you're just hurting.
Yeah.
But I've been there, but you don't want to tell nobody. You may not know how to tell somebody. It's like
you feel nervous.
Yes.
It's the culture that was created, right? A culture was created to make you feel like it's not okay to talk. It's okay. And also, what I learned was it's not okay with everybody, but it's okay with some people. So you have to be able to identify who those people are in your life. And some people may not be okay with, is maybe a family member. Don't be discouraged. Don't shut down. Try again, because your soul has destiny to fulfill, and that's a part of your destiny. You'll see in hindsight that whatever that situation was, it was needed, right? So
Yes.
try again. Try again.
I see why you a coach. I see why you a coach, a certified coach, honey. She's certified.
Certified. Yeah.
I like what you said, talk and have conversation, because I've been in situations where I went to work and I was like I was there. My body was there, but Veronica was gone. It was like I knew I checked out.
Woo!
And my only way of coming out, I said I only thing I knew was I need to go to get to the church.
Yeah.
Sometimes, when realization hit us, it just like boom. And I didn't my body just shut down.
Listen, I have been like you preaching now. I have there. I'm literally there, but I'm dead. Okay. Like out. Nobody, like I don't even exist, because emotionally, I was gone. I was gone. And how many of us have had that experience? Just about all of us. We've been in a situation where you're done. You're checked out and you don't know what to do. They use your words of affirmation. That's where you start, with a word. And what I do want to say about affirmations, half the time in the beginning, you don't believe them. And that's okay. Keep saying until you believe them. Some affirmations that I'm going to begin using is money affirmations, like I am a millionaire, stuff like that. And I'm going to be able to use my money to serve my community, things like that. And it hasn't happened yet in the way that I'm envisioning, but I'm going to keep repeating those affirmations until I see destiny fulfilled. So know that it may seem like, oh, this isn't it, but that's okay. Try again every day.
That's right. And so I know we said that you said you're a coach, and you put the certificate she posted, y'all, on Facebook. So if anyone, let's just say someone may watch the replay or watching live, and they want to talk to you, how can they reach out to you for like coaching services? Is there a certain place on your website that they can check you out?
Yes, I actually, for the Lady Boss Show, what I've decided to do, only because of Lady Veronica and the Lady Boss Show, because
thank you.
She wants to bring awareness to ladies and really help them, right? What I'm going to do is, if you're watching this replay and you would love, or live, and you want a complimentary consultation, I am offering a bespoke coaching session at no cost. What you need to do is go to bits.ly/bookbree. bit.ly /bookbree. So when we're finished with the broadcast, I'll go back and type it in the comments, and just click on it. But it's bit.ly/bookbree. There's no caps. bit.ly/bookbree. I am offering a 30-minute consultation, or you can just pick a package if you like. But definitely, let's connect. Let's have a conversation. Let's see, and walk you through some transformation.
That's good. So she's gonna, after in the broadcast, she's gonna put the link in the comments for those who didn't catch it. So you could just, easy access. You just click on the link and you can reach out to her if you're interested in coaching services with Shabri, because you can see she knows what she's talking about, and she knows firsthand. She's not just talking just to be talking. This is part of her journey. You see, she was made into this from the obstacles that she has been hit with. So that helped to grow up and help to get her more experience for the task at hand. And also, Shabri, how can they get your, actually, Lachey put the link also in the comments right there. I'm going to highlight it. Thank you, Lachey. And how can they get your book? Because I have the Kindle version. Where can they purchase your book if they're interested in getting your book?
Amazon.com. Just go to Amazon, type in my name, Shabri Ewusi with an EWUSI, or just go to my website. The first thing that pops up is my book, and you can click on it. And it's ShabriAewusi.com. That's EWUSI.com. And you can get /books, and you can get a copy there. You'll see it, books at the top, but there's a pop-up where you can just click on it and go to the checkout. It's currently $19.33, y'all. So $19.33.
The actual book. I have the electronic, but you need the actual book. That's it right there. Thank you for doing that. I'm gonna make sure I put a zoom in. That is her book that she's showing. So you ladies and gentlemen, it's not just for ladies. That is Shabri's book. So you can check that out because it's pretty good. You get a glimpse of Shabri and in book form. So I like that. Now, Shabri, this is I know you're the owner because you're an entrepreneur of Gilligan's Needle. Now, I've seen it. You do head wraps. Shabri can do bad head wraps, y'all, because I've seen it. I can't do it. But so I can't do it like you do it, Shabri. And this is prom season. This is what? Banquets, wedding seasons. I've seen your work. Her, for those who don't know, Shabri's business specializes in custom designs, custom dresses. I mean, you need to go to her Instagram, her company's Instagram account. You see what I'm talking about, because she put a video of a red dress that she did, and I mean, that was boss. Okay, so she can work out, even though if you're not in New Jersey, she can still take your measurements, and you can talk with her. Tell us a little bit about that particular business of yours, Shabri.
Yes. So Gideon's Needle is a bespoke lifestyle brand. And what that really means is we custom design clothing to fit your individual body. So we don't base it on measurements. We don't base it on your traditional dress size, but it's based on your measurements. So everything is custom made. So you can come into our studio. We will take your measurements. We'll talk about the design and we'll create it. You'll come back, you'll fit it, and voila. Or we can do a virtual consult. We'll talk about the design. We will take your measurements virtually and we will mail the garment to you. And we do it all. We have a strong focus in African print clothing, but men, women, children, proms, weddings, check us out at Gideon's Needle. That's GIDEONS Needle. And we're at Gideon's Needle, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, as well as our website. So it's prom season. If you need a bag or you're going to a wedding this summer and you're like, I need something different.
Yes, or something for church.
Yes.
I mean, what type of dresses do you do for those? Because I've seen it, so they have not seen it yet. Do you have the fabrics there? Because there's a Periscope account too, right?
Yes, there's a
business one.
You will come in, you'll see we have, I don't know how many pieces of fabric, I can't count, but we have a tremendously large selection of fabric. So you can choose your fabric, all colors, all prints. We have solid colors as well. Most people come for the prints, but of course we have solid colors. So imagine having this idea for this bad dress in your mind and you're like, okay, I need this dress that, let's say you saw the dress that Cardi B had on, okay, when she got that Grammy, and you're like, I need that. Okay? We've done costumes, all kinds of stuff. So you have this idea, you come in, and then we'll talk about the idea. If it's something that we have in studio, you can look. You can have any dress, any pair of slacks, whatever, picking from the fabric that we have. Of course, if we don't have it, we'll go purchase the fabric. So a lot of times for weddings and proms, we have to get the fabric separately because, we just don't have things in studio. And once we get the fabric, we'll have another consult with you showing you the fabric that we've selected. and we will move forward with your measurements and all of that, and we'll create the design. You'll come in for fitting, and everything is bespoke, so it's made to fit your body. A fitting means that we are going to cut on your body. We're going to mark it up while it's on your body, and then you take it off, we go back and we sew it to fit you the way that you want it to fit. So if you have that hourglass shape, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you're larger on top and you're slim on the bottom. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Any size, it doesn't matter. You can check our reviews on Facebook. We have all kinds of folks. We have clients worldwide and we ship worldwide. You can see true, authentic reviews of clients that have ordered from us that are not local to New Jersey, as well as clients that are local to New Jersey.
Right.
And we pride ourselves on being an award-winning brand. We actually won in 2017 an award from New Jersey Black Businesses. We were best in retail, so that's huge.
Yes,
Because our community thought that we were best in retail in the state of New Jersey.
congratulations.
We
Go
pride
ahead.
on excellence and we pride ourselves on the quality of our work. So you can find more information about everything on our website at Gideon's Needle.
Oh, so do you check her out? Because I'm telling you, if you want something custom made, she does awesome, awesome work. Now, if they're doing virtual, because I heard you said that you could come into the studio and your mark on
Yeah.
the bot. How can, but if this is virtual, is that a little different?
If it's virtual, you're not going to have that experience, right? So
Right.
if it's virtual, we can still take your measurements. We'll send it to you. Hi, Diane. We'll send it to you. But it's a different experience because it's virtual, but guaranteed. Go check out. Here's what I want y'all to do. Go to facebook.com/Gideon's Needle and look through the reviews. You will see that we have many clients that were virtual, right? So you'll get it in the mail. Because we have a uniquely curated measurement system, 9.99 times out of 10, it fits you the way that you want it to be fitted. So, of course, if there's an issue with the way it fits, send it back. We take care of it. Guaranteed, never. I mean, it's not an issue. We actually had a young lady that had a prom in Kosovo. Okay, y'all know where Kosovo is?
I don't even know where it's at on the map.
It is far. Okay, she is from Kosovo, and we did her prom dress, her high school, what they call prom, and it was an amazing experience. Mom sent pictures; they loved it. You can imagine the people in Kosovo. She had a purple African print dress for her prom.
Oh, that is so sweet. Oh,
and she was thrilled. She was pleased. So it's just based on the way that we take our measurements. It's designed to give you the perfect fit. So that's different than going into Macy's and all that stuff. Like, I buy clothes too from the store, but when I buy it, I may need to adjust the shoulder or the waist or make it shorter. So it's a beautiful experience if you can come into our studio in New Jersey. We're located in Paterson, New Jersey, but we are able to still provide services worldwide.
Oh, yeah, because Grace just asked where you based it. Yeah, she's in New Jersey.
Awesome.
Grace, thank you for asking that question too. I like when the viewers ask questions as well. That's help with engagement. This is because I want everyone to engage in the live stream experience. And Diane, thank you for coming and watching us live. I believe Diane said she is in Africa.
What's
that? Is she talking about Kosovo?
Oh, is that is on the map? Is that?
I have no idea where that's at, but she said it's in Africa. And I do see there's some more individual that has come in watching us live. Thank you for coming in. Feel free to state your city and state that you're watching us from, so I can highlight that as well. as we're talking to Shabri. And so I have another question, Shabri. You have any events, any upcoming events or book tours you want us to know? So if someone in the area can check you out.
Well, I actually have a series of master classes that I will be hosting this year. They're called Dear Me. And in my book, I also talk about the layers of emotion. So I talked a little bit about that. There are 6 layers to your emotions. And if you don't understand the 6 layers, you will never experience transformation. But it all begins with you. So the problem is not Veronica. It's never Veronica. The problem is here. Okay. So if I'm mad, there's a reason why I'm mad. If I'm hurt, it's a reason why I'm mad. So I'm hosting a series of master classes around the book, and we're really going to dig into those 6 layers of emotions. And I'm going to really walk the members or the participants of the master class through transformation, and not just temporary transformation, but lifelong transformation. And it all starts with me. So it's called Dear Me. If anyone would like to host a master class and you're in the Northeast area, New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, those kinds of areas, definitely reach out to me. And I have virtual ones as well. If you're not in New York, New Jersey, we can do a virtual masterclass.
Yeah. Now she did one. Didn't you have like a conference or a masterclass? Now it was so nice. Whoever did the video, shout out to them, because she gave you Shabri put it on her Instagram. I believe also on the Facebook, but I saw it on Instagram. The video, like clips of, she had like a room full of women, and they were just like writing the part where they was writing on the mirror.
Oh, that was the one that I recently did. That one, that was the kickoff to the new year, kickoff to 2019. So that's the Dear Me Masterclass. That's the Dear Me Masterclass. That's clips of the experience and what and what you can experience. It's amazing what happens when you look in the mirror and you talk to you and you repeat those affirmations. You will realize, wow, it's not about Veronica. It's not about mama. It's not about daddy. It's not about cousin. It's about me. So that's why it's called Dear Me, because it's all you.
It's about examining yourself. So what was the concept around having them write it?
The concept is about talking to yourself. So the concept is, if you can settle those emotions with you, really handle your experience and navigate your relationships from a place of authority instead of being the victim, you can experience a true transformation in your relationships once you've settled your personal emotions.
You see how deep she can get. That's why she's a certified coach, y'all. That's why she's an author. And so she's also a live streamer. She likes to go live on Facebook. She's on the leadership team with the Paragirls as well. So she does a lot. And then on top of that, she has herself to take care of. She's a mom, and sometimes she puts her son on Periscope. That time they were playing Monopoly. Y'all, they were playing so long. I think I fell asleep on y'all. I think I fell asleep, but the way you and your son interact, I mean, I love it.
You need a vacation to play Monopoly again. Woo, y'all know Monopoly.
And she's a wife, so she has a lot on her plate.
My plate, y'all.
And one Saturday, Shabri was talking about time management. So give before we go, give us some tips.
Everything. Time management is big. And I told you all that I recently made a huge decision, right? I made a huge decision and it was big, right? So what happens when you experience transition is new. New is always going to happen. And if it's new, you don't know. So what I am even having to remind myself in this new place of transition is to manage your time. A lot of people talks about goals, achieving goals. Like, y'all, I came up with a system because I had to figure it out. I got tired of writing down long lists of goals and I couldn't manage my time to achieve the goals. It's really not about the goal. It's about the steps or the action to getting there. So I want to be a millionaire. Have I done anything to get to being a millionaire? What I did was I came up with what's called an action plan. So the action plan is a goal setting strategy that helps